Ollie, you're a work holding specialist here at Hyfore.shop, or Hyfore Work Holding. Can you tell us about this Matrix product here? Because I know this is fairly new and what it does.
Yeah, that's fine. At the moment we've got the Matrix 125 jaws set on our standard Spritzer vice. At the moment we've got the soft jaws from the Spritzer on there, and then we've just machined them to be able to adapt the Matrix onto it. It's a very simple process. We've just drilled through the front just to be able to put some screws in there to the front.
So we've got two vices here. We've got a base vice and then a vice on top, right?
What we've got is, we've got the Spritzer vice, which is a self-centering vice, and then on top we've got the Matrix jaws. So the Matrix itself is the jaws, and then you add the jaws onto your existing vice.
Right, so it doesn't matter what vice you've got, you just buy the Matrix jaws and you can use them on any vice.
As long as it's a standard vice and it's got a flat, as you can see there, you've got the corner on the angle, so you need to make sure that it's got a flat surface to actually latch onto.
So why do I want a Matrix vice? What does this do that others don't?
And the pin field on them are all controlled by springs, and when you clamp it up, it moulds around the shape of the component that's in there. So you've got those awkward sort of shapes, so like we've got the product that we've got in there at the moment, it moulds around the actual shape of it, so you can...
Can we undo it?
Yeah, we can do, yeah. Let me just check on this side of things. Let me just clamp it around. So, as it pulls apart, you'll be able to see that the pins are currently clamped, and they're all moulded around the shape of the component that's in there.
What sort of gripping force do you get using this?
On the standard vice, on these 125s, I believe you can get a metric ton through these vices.
So that part isn't going to move once it's
clamped? No, it's complete. I'll show, as we can see, I'll just clamp it back up in a minute and we'll be able to see. As you can see there, the pins are all clamped up and they've moulded exactly around the shape of the component that's in there. And then,
so those pins are fixed now?
Yes, they're fixed in that position, unless you unclamp it, and I can do that for you right now. And then the springs pop back into position, back in place there.
What's giving that clamping force once it's in position? What's clamping it? Because often you have your pneumatics or your hydraulics. What mechanism is doing the clamping?
You've got spring clamping behind it, so it's forcing through, and the springs lock to stop. That's what's stopping it from going. And then beside it, obviously people complaining about whether it's going to break or whether there's anything coolant flushing through it. But you've got your air lines that you've got on the sides, and we just pop it through there. That you can pump air as a barrier for it. So as the coolant and the swarf's flying off it, it pushes the air against and trying to diverts it away from the pin field itself.
It's a bit like a purge as well. So you're getting rid of any contaminants in the working area at the same time.
To flush it away, yeah. Which works out
well thought out.
Yeah, they've thought about everything from it. It's quality German-made jaws that are.
Let's put it back in. Let's put this casting back in.
That's fine. Let me just unclamp this one as well, so we can do the full scale. So it's going to pop in there, and then as the jaws close, they're going to mould into shape of it. Pop that through there. Just keep the ratchet in shape. Obviously, with this part, it's a bit awkward trying to put it through and keep it in the right shape. But that's where you could obviously use your own intuition and.
Reminds me of one of those things I used to have as a child, where you stuck your side of your face or your nose in it.
Yes. Well, actually, I can get the brochure for you actually now, and it actually shows it in there that's where it came from, where you used to mould the pin fields that you used to mould your face onto, and it would shape around it. Actually, in Germany, the gentleman who actually created the devices and the jaws actually thought about it. And I'm sorry, let me just.
That's okay. Keep going. You keep going.
Otherwise, I'll end up.
That's fine.
Doing too many things at once.
We don't need to see that picture in the brochure. I'm sure our viewers will get what we're sort of angling at. But it is a very unique product, this is. I can see this being a big seller for you, but you do have to be doing and looking to do sort of irregular shaped parts.
Yes. I mean, it's aimed more towards pre-production and prototyping. But I mean, there are various different industries that it's useful in.
Do these pins come in different diameters depending on the if you've got different parts with different cavities and shapes?
There are different sizes of pin fields that it can do, different variations, different number of pins, and there's also side supports that you can get for the machines as well. So say if you've got an overhang on the edge of your jaws, that you can clamp it on the side to stop vibrations from going through the part as well.
And because you're buying the jaws and adding them to a vice, do they go much wider?
You can get the 125, 100, and they go smaller. So we've also got the X-Clamp 40 on display on the other one today.
But there's no reason why, or restriction why, you couldn't put 2, 3 side by side and use all pins in conjunction with each other.
I mean, there are quite a few companies out there that have got multiples like 3, 4 jaws. Because they come in sets, you can buy and add them up and stack them however you like to. So I mean, I have seen one specifically where you've got turbochargers for a car engine that have been padded up with 3 different ones and clamped up to hold them in different shapes.
Very novel. Thanks, Ollie.
No problem. Thank you very much. Thank you.